So, our speakers earlier, they said we aren't dead, right? So, let me show you my fact. So, we have a fact here. According to World Health Organization, there were 5,000 suicide cases happens in Indonesia only in 2010. And you know what? It's been increased 100% 2 years later. And also, even globally, there is one death happen every 40 seconds in 172 countries for the past 10 years. So it's a horrible fact, actually. The big question is, why suicide? Why they kill themselves? So I don't know anything about suicide. I've never been there also. But there's one thing I know for sure, that's happened because they have a problem and they didn't know the way out yet. So talking about problem, we all have a problem. From a small problem to a very complicated problem. And as a matter of fact, it might be right now, some of you experiencing a problem and you still don't know the way out yet. So having a problem is a very natural thing. And we cannot expect for not having any problem at all because it's part of our life. The more you resist, the more you avoid, the more it persists. But interestingly, there are two types of people when it comes to facing a problem. The first type are those who try to solve their problem, and when they fail, they refuse to find another way. They give up easily, and they think that it is impossible to solve. And also, they start blaming other people. They start blaming the situation. And they begin to feel sorry for themselves. And they're asking the same question over and over again, why is this happening to me? This group are the one that I call a desperate people. And the second group are those who constantly trying to find another way. They never give up. And they keep moving regardless how big their problem is. So the next question is, what distinguishes between these two types of people? What makes those on the second group have more motivation, fighting spirit than the other groups? And you know what? It turns out it relates with their level of hope. So despair indicates the absence of hope. The second group, they have higher hopes than the other groups. So let me explain to you. What is hope? Hope is a belief that the future will be better than today, coupled with the belief that you can make it so. So hope has a different meaning with optimism and wishful thinking. Let me share for you. In hope, consists two elements of belief. First, we believe that the future will be better than today. And second, we believe that we have the ability to make that happen. While optimism consists only one kind of belief. In optimism, we believe that the future will be better than today, but we have no control or power to make that happen. For example, I believe someday Indonesian soccer team will go to World Cup event. Amen. But I don't feel I have any power to make that happen. So that's what I call optimism. While wishful thinking is more like a condition or something that you want to happen. But it's not something that you believe. So you're not sure if it's going to happen or not, and you're not sure also, do I have the ability? That's wishful thinking. So, talking about hope, according to Rick Snyder is a creator of the hope theory, and he's also the author of the Psychology of Hope book. He said that people with high hopes have more durability to conquer when it comes into the problems compared with people with lack of hope. So the good news is Rick tried to demonstrate in Good Morning America TV show. He tried to demonstrate how hopes have influence to a person's endurance when they're facing a pressure. So, 3 volunteers were asked who had previously tested their level of hope and they didn't know about that. And then Rick asked them to plunge their hand into the ice-filled tube as long as possible. And the result, people with high hopes survive longer than people or the other volunteers. And these results continuously showing the same result in the next event or demonstration. So what does it mean? Another research from Gallup showing that people with higher hopes, or we call it hopeful people, are 15 or 14% more productive in their workplace compared to people with lack of hope. So why hope matters? Because of this, 14% people more productive when they have hope in their life. Even high school students, they have higher 12% on academic grade and attendance compared with students with lack of hope. So what does it mean? It means that hope will give you a will and willpower. It keeps moving and then give you energy to start taking action. So the next big question is, how can I increase my level of hope? Is it given by God? Or this is something that can be learned? Whoever you are, no matter how big your problem is, you can grow in your level of hope. And the fact is, hopeful people are future-oriented kind of people. They focus on things that they really want to happen, not on things that they don't want to happen. Their mind only pursues something that's really, really matter for them. So instead asking, why me? They change their mindset and then they focus on things on the future, like, so what can I do? What's the possibilities? Who can I ask for help? Some kind of question. And you know what? It just happened to me. I've been a trainer for 10 years at least, and I have no problem at all when I have to speak in front of other people, lots of people, except in English. So when Mr. Pras asked me to join this program, I have a little doubt actually, because I wasn't ready yet. My English is very bad. And then I realized I was desperate. So I have to prove this theory to myself. And then I began to change my focus. I start to ask the important question. What is my purpose attending to this event? Why is it important to me? And what will I get if I dare to accept this challenge? And then you know what? Suddenly, there's some kind of energy that drives me to start taking action. And my first action is asking for help. So I asked Mr. Pras to be my mentor in terms of content. And then I asked Mr. Fay also to be my mentor in terms of grammatical language. And you know what? With lots of hard work, with lots of exercise, with lots of revision of my script, suddenly all the solution that I have never seen before, it comes up. And here I am now, speaking in front of you. So, the lesson is, if you have any problem, you still have a chance. Don't kill yourself. Because if you still have hope, it makes you alive. Thank you.